Thanks for being here with us today for Lagos Radio. We just got out of your conference.
Yeah, pleasure. After the 3 years break, it's coming with a new energy,
right.
And you can hear it. So the album, as all albums should be, is different,
right.
But it's still the Groundation spirit.
Okay.
The songwriting, the musicianship, musicians are really, really great. There's some things on the record that I have wanted to do for years and years,
right.
Like a long time ago. The first song, Vanity, it opens up with a big band. So when I was growing up, my father was jazz piano player,
right.
And so one of his favorite things was the big band of the 30s and 40s.
Yep.
We're talking about Duke Ellington, Count Basie, and it's 12 horns, 5 saxophones, 4 trumpets, 3 trombones.
Right.
And I had this vision of starting an album with a single note on the saxophone, and all other 12 notes of the 12-note system come in as a crunch. And you have this big band, that goes on. And I was able, in these 3 years, to compose this piece, right. Vanity, which is the start of the album.
Okay.
So that kind of launched the record.
Okay.
That kind of launched the idea.
Yeah.
Okay, here is the beginning that I've been kind of dreaming of for 15 years.
Right.
And from there, the album just has everything.
Okay.
Some one drop, drum solos, organ solos, horn solos, of course,
yep.
Polyrhythmic things and odd time signatures, and it's Groundation.
Yep.
So it's a message and a music for this generation and future generations.
Okay. So how did the recording go?
Recording went great. Jim Fox. What can I say? We actually have him on the road.
He's on the road.
Jim Fox is here. His
Wow.
first time ever in Europe.
Okay.
And this is Jim Fox of Lion and Fox.
Right.
So everything from the past, from Gregory Isaacs, Black Uhuru,
Right.
Israel Vibration, Culture, Don Carlos, everything from the future of J-Boog and Soja and Revolution and Groundation. He's been a part of the Groundation story for every album from the third album to now. So he came to California. We recorded all analog on the 2-inch tape, which people don't do
Right.
today, which means as musicians, you have to play. You can't try again.
Right.
If you try again, you erase what's there,
Right.
and you can't undo
That must be interesting.
the erase. You have to play it. So we rehearse a lot, and once we're ready, I don't go in the studio and mess around. I go in the studio to record the vision.
Yep.
So we do a lot of prep. Then we bring Jim Fox. We go into the analog studio and we begin to press the red light,
Right.
and record it. And in a matter of 7 or 8 days in the studio, album done.
Wow.
Yeah, and I love it. It brings me back to the Each One Teach One, Hebron Gate, We Free Again time,
Right.
because you don't have the digital world, and you could track 10 pianos and 5. You can't. You have to do 24 tracks. That's all that fit on the tape.
Right.
So it makes the music breathe more, and you can hear everything better because of it. So I really feel the album is something that we all can be very proud of, all the musicians involved, and the Groundation Next Generation is set to take off.
Okay.
Amen.
Cool. The first two.
Yeah, I believe that there will be a third clip coming out maybe the week before the album release in September. There will be some other videos also behind the scenes,
Okay.
Of the making of the record before.
Right.
And there will be other releases to follow
Right.
the album release.
Right.
Father and Child is going to be released later on, and we have some other plans. I think the next one might be 1 But 10.
Mm-hmm.
1 But 10.
Okay.
Which is a story of the planet and how things are always changing. And some things are changing naturally with the earth, and some things are changing because of human.
Okay.
And we need to take account of that.
Right.
And we're living in the age now where we see and we know. We have science, we have data, we have things that can tell us what's been changing and why. And so if we have all these seemingly facts, we need to change the wrong things and do the right.
Right.
So that is why those songs, Fossil Fuels and My Shield, were chosen. It shows the two sides of the album. Fossil Fuels shows the sides of warning the next generation of the wrong paths we're on.
Right.
And then My Shield is the support and the protection of this next generation that is fragile, So those are the two parts that really summarize the concept of the album.
Right. You say that music is...
Yeah, I was like 16, 17 years old.
Right.
When I was a kid, I was, very social, partying and enjoying being young and these things. And I became very conscious from experiences in Jamaica and in Zimbabwe, Africa, where I started to read a lot of books from leaders and from people with human interests and trying to create peace and establish harmony in the world. And so I stopped partying in these things.
Right.
I had been playing music for even a few years already by the time I was 16, 17, playing guitar. I had a band when I was 14, 15 called Human, and we would play around in the Bay Area. Parents would drop us off to the concerts and things. Berkeley, Oakland, San Francisco.
That's where I'm from.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay. So the
Lake
Berkeley
Tahoe,
Square.
I moved up.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah.
So, and I was playing jazz.
Right.
Playing in the jazz high school band and things. And so I came back to reggae.
Right.
Because reggae was something that as a 6, 7, 8 year old took me by storm. My older brother was listening to reggae and whoa, what is this, So by the time I was 12 years old, I had every Bob Marley album, every Peter Tosh album, Burning Spear, Is Your Vibration, Culture, So it was a big thing. And people used to tease me because they were listening to the pop American music. And then when I was in high school, you start seeing people with the Bob Marley shirts. And you say, that's the same music that I was listening to and you were making fun of, So I went away from reggae. Listened to rock and, Led Zeppelin, Metallica and these things. And then I realized that reggae was my thing. And that's what moves me. And I realized that there was a lot of space in the reggae music. And with jazz, I realized that it was giving me these tools to write music in a different way. And I realized also that music isn't about you sounding just like this thing. It's about what you sound like, finding your voice. And I used to, when I went to university, Sonoma State, and playing in the jazz program, I used to say those same things to the jazz players. You're a jazz trumpeter. You sound great. You sound just like Freddie Hubbard. But you are needing to make your sound. Well, why would a person buy your album when they could buy a Freddie Hubbard or Miles Davis?
Right.
What is it about your sound that makes you special? So this is where the seeds of groundation and my consciousness about, hey, why is it only these poor people coming from this small third world island singing about equality and justice? Where is the first world? Where is a person like me who grew up in a place that has plenty? I have all the tools to put that energy out. I'm from California, a place where we already are thinking socially, consciously about the planet. In California is everybody. Everybody's in California. Like my family. I was born in California. My brother was born in New York. My parents come from East Coast, and my grandparents, I think, come from the Far East area. So it's like, we're here.
Yep.
And everybody, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Jew, atheist, all these Persian, everybody is here. So what are we going to make of this world?
Right.
Let's make it a great place, because our children need to have an example. And the example of the future is how we're all one family. So that's the consciousness.
Okay, very interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently we're short on time. So
Oh,
do you
okay.
just have,
Yeah, I see you looking over there and seeing this guy.
Sorry.
Cut it.
You just have a last word maybe for La Grosse Radio?
La Grosse Radio.
Yep.
Wow. Just to big up any place and anywhere that is spreading music, conscious music with a purpose. Give thanks. So give thanks to you guys and what you do. More strength and more energies to do that, because it's not an easy road.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you know it.